This week, OB, Giddy, and Jaddy get together for an ultimate test.
So you know that I'm gonna kick her butt, right?
3 once.
Here we are in Gainesville, Florida. This morning, Jaddy is about to join Giddy and OB on one of the best drag strips in North America.
Yeah, today's like a test day, right? Yeah, today OB's testing his Huracan and GTR.
Now I'm gonna brush my teeth and...
Few days of testing, few days of school. Oh, get my NHRA license. So, should be interesting. Should be fun.
We're in Gainesville, Florida. This is an official NHRA quarter-mile track. It's actually one of the nicest track, apparently, in North America.
The NHRA, or National Hot Rod Association, is an organization that regulates drag racing throughout the United States and Canada. With over 40,000 members, the NHRA lays claim to being the biggest motorsport sanctioning body in the world.
Frank Hawley is also here. He has a school in Florida and also in Gainesville where you actually can follow his course and obtain your NHRA license.
The NHRA training session can wait till tomorrow. Today, OB has reserved the prestigious track to run a battery of tests on his race cars.
Yeah, I came a day early just to hang out, catch up with some friends. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm a tourist today. I'm having fun. We're testing Alpha Queen, testing the Lambo Envy, Green Envy. This is actually the first Lambo that's a drag that's actually built for drag racing. That thing is just amazing. Everybody's intrigued by this car, so they're out here trying to test it, trying to go sevens.
We just went through the trouble of designing entirely new suspension and brake system for the car so we can fit the 15-inch wheels. I feel like when people see what we're able to do with this car, you're going to see a few more Lamborghinis dedicated to drag racing.
Today, it's not just Jason Hefner who's working hard on OB's cars. Ivan and the entire AMS team have come out with Alpha Queen, and their expectations are very high.
We've been working pretty hard on Alpha Queen. We updated, freshened up the motor. We're trying out some new traction control strategies. We're working some bugs out of that right now. The goal for this year is a 6-second pass on factory-sized tires.
Yeah, okay, so you gotta go back to neutral and then go back down and then, okay.
So we have a lot of work to get to that level.
OB's two showpiece cars have a lot to prove today, so he kicks off the event behind the wheel of Envy.
What's dripping all over the racetrack?
Oh, what is this here?
That's what I asked you. What's dripping all over the racetrack?
Yeah, back up. I just want to see what this water is. It's probably just in the quarter panel from washing the car or something.
It was a good call from Jason. He noticed that there was water on the track, which is a very, very bad thing because you can actually start to slip and to spin and go out of control very quickly. But it seems that something is dripping, so they just want to double check, make sure everything is okay, that we're safe to go, and then we'll go at it again.
When it comes to safety, they can't take any chances with such powerful machines. So first, they send Haig out in Alpha Queen to warm up the track.
That came out nice, dude. Holy crap.
So right now what we're going to do is get some seat time. It's going to be good for me because she's going to be able to basically spend some time in the car, get a few passes under the belt, feel more comfortable, and that's the idea of these days, is just to basically be able to run it and run it, right? Run it and run it, baby.
It's one thing to get some good passes in, But the ultimate goal is to make Envy the fastest Lamborghini in the world on the quarter mile.
That sounded like broken parts to me.
We have spares.
Is that smoke following the car?
Oh, there's oil.
Just put it in neutral and shut it off. Well, that was the most times I've seen a Lamborghini pull the wheels off the ground in one run ever.
The car was just like, whoa, whoa. When it's like that, you need to react and let it go. Don't insist.
The tire is grabbing and letting go, and it goes pop, 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 pop. It's super hard on parts.
Sometimes you just don't get the right grip, and that just rebounds back into the transmission when you do get the grip, when you don't want it, and then just things break. So I've decided to give my seat to OB and Alpha Queen. He's gonna hop in and hopefully have a great time and get reacquainted with one of the baddest cars, you know, he's ever built.
Like a new pair of shoes. Now the morning
About a 759.
Race cars, you know, they're fun when they work, you know. Trust me. Trust me.
We had the pass with Alpha Queen, it was amazing. You know, more seat time. This is a car that you actually need to basically learn, to appreciate, to feel.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Converting a Lamborghini to make it competitive for the quarter mile is a world first that Jason Hefner's team is trying to pull off at all costs. They'll spend long hours this evening getting Envy up to speed. Meanwhile, Obi invites the gang to a restaurant to chill out. To spice up the next day's events, Giddy proposes a challenge of the kind that's already cost OB a trip to Vegas.
So the Vegas challenge was wonderful. I loved it.
Thank you.
Let's think about another challenge that would be interesting.
Destination, in my opinion, I really like my go-to is Atlantis, Bahamas.
Oh, wow.
The loser takes us to the Bahamas.
Yeah, so Atlantis.
Thursday to Sunday in Atlantis, dinner and a club.
That's super
So
cool.
a couple nights.
You bitches are dead.
We'll see.
So you know that I'm gonna kick your butt, right?
Hello, come on in. We have a little challenge going on at the track. Me, Jaddy, and OB are gonna be driving a dragster. We're gonna be driving a dragster that has, you know, the two small wheels in the front and the big wheels in the back. All right, let's get out of here. We're going. Never driven it. None of us have driven it. We have to watch a little video, take a little course. Frank Hawley Drag School. It's actually a 2-day course, so we're gonna do that for 2 days and then do the challenge at the end of the 2 days.
There's only 2 reasons you wouldn't be pointed straight. One, you're not paying any attention. You got your eyes closed. Some would be left, some would be right. You might be straight once in a while. Why? You're not paying any attention. But if every time you pull up there, it's wrong, but exactly the same. See my point? You're paying attention. It's just when you think it's straight, it's not. It just takes a few runs to do. Does that make sense? So, anyways, let's head up.
We just want to drive. The only reason I'm suffering through this course is because we're going to have a challenge. God, I look like a schmuck with this thing on, huh? Well, here's my car.
The reason that I'm not actually in the classroom with those guys is I actually already did my NHRA course. The reason for me to be here was to get some seat time, which is so important in Alpha Queen and Envy.
Call you right back. This clutch doesn't feel good, dude.
What happens if it's not fine? What would be the outcome?
Well, I mean, if it's not fine, then this thing maybe like breaks another transmission or something, right? This is the last working transmission we have for one of these Huracans, so I'm just not willing to risk breaking this transmission.
Giddy and Jaddy are starting their hands-on training, and they don't take it lightly. After all, there's a prestigious vacation at stake here.
Can you experience. I'm not used to that, and it's fun.
It was fun to see you out there on that thing.
Yeah? Did Jody go already?
Oh, he's going
He's going out?
It's pretty fun. These cars, they have a lot of power. My head went back once, and I was like, holy crap. Can't wait to get back in the car, actually.
Com check, OB.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Perfect.
Oh my God! Get him a new pair of underwear!
Too close for comfort on that one.
The car left like a friggin' arrow. After, I would say, like 150 feet, not even, it started to pull violently towards the wall.
Wow.
When these things happen, well, you don't have time to think. You need to react. So my reaction to lift and go back in was good.
What I'm doing is walking down the tracks that OB laid this last time. This is right where the tires were on OB's car. Listen to this. See how much stickier it is in the groove than it is outside the groove? If we get them to stay in the groove, this thing will fly. So let's do it. We gotta get off the track. Let's go, guys.
Jason seems like he's at the end of his rope. To help him solve his transmission problems, he gets help from the entire AMS team.
You put that in, so what if it stacks up to where these can line up with the cooling holes and blocks it off so it doesn't cool the clutch?
We're having some issues with Envy. We changed the transmission, then this morning they thought it was an issue with the clutches. Now we're thinking that there's an issue with the new transmission. So Jason and his team, they're not quitting. They've been at it since last night, 5 p.m.
This one's blocking. That one's blocking the hole. That disc right there, look at it, here.
I think getting the steels away from those cooling passages is a real concern. Unfortunately, everything that we encounter at this point is experimental. We don't have anybody else in the world to gather information from for something like this. We certainly don't get any support from dealerships or manufacturers because they don't approve of what we're doing with the car.
The good thing that we came with an extra everything, and our goal is to definitely to have Envy tomorrow back and running and to do some passes. So this is racing, but this is why you have 2 cars. Every single friggin' pass in that car is exciting, I'll tell you that. It's crazy. You don't know what to expect. It's like a new girlfriend. It's like, woohoo, what a ride. Perfect.
You broke your record.
I did?
Yeah, you were 7.634 before. You went 7.63 once.
So it felt
right now, I think it's the track.
And obviously, we're going to try to put a bit more power. The conditions are good. The weather is fine. So we'll see how it goes, but we're having fun.
How many times do you want to keep trying?
Well, that's it. It's telling you that you don't want to go, man. Oh, I'm done. Well, that's what it says to me. When shit like that happens for me, it's a sign. It's not meant for me to drive. That was a major sign for me that the car was not wanting to run. So I said, I'm out. I'll pass, you know? My gut feelings.
What a day. First, Envy broke down, and now Alpha Queen. Let's hope it goes better tomorrow for OB during the famous challenge. It's the morning of the big day in Gainesville. Our 3 buddies will finally face off to see who will pick up the tab for their trip to the Bahamas. But first, Jason's got a little surprise for OB.
We ended up staying here pretty late last night. We're really determined to get this car to function properly. There are some components in the transmission that we suspect were causing our problems. We don't have anything to test those components here, so we basically went in and changed anything we could change in the transmission that might everything that we could change. We make our pass, I get some data, and we can do things. And
Perfect. Good. Let's do this. Today was a big day. We were able to do a pass with Envy. Jason and his team did a great job putting the car back together. We actually went out there. The car went totally crazy, so much power. And what we realized is this track is not prepped for that car.
how do you like that slalom course?
Wow.
Man.
I didn't find it. So this is where you go?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go.
Even though Envy isn't in top form, it's an awesome start to the day. Good thing, because Alpha Queen's problems are far from over.
Trying to figure out what's going on. We're having an ignition issue. Spark, 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 spark. We're looking for some replacement parts, which are pretty specific to this car. They're kind of hard to find, so we could put in the car and help diagnose what actually is going on. That's where we're at right now.
Giddy, Jaddy, and OB finally start their challenge. To spice things up, they've decided to keep the results secret. The guys are allowed 2 passes each to show what they're made of. Jaddy gets the honor of starting things off.
It was supposed to shift, right?
Yeah.
Second? Okay, it didn't shift for me.
It did it?
No.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at it.
Seems to be that I'm the one that always gets a little bit of a car issue. Even when it's not my car.
That counts as 1 pass. I don't care.
Of course it counts as a pass. If it happens to you, it's going to count too. Am I going in this one or?
Number 1.
Number 1? Well, they say that the number 2 is less glitchy. What do you think?
Between me and you.
Yeah, yeah.
Personally, number 1's got a little fresher motor in it.
That's it. That's all I want to know.
Between me and you.
Perfect. Dragster experience, my friends, is like a holy shit moment. It's a sledgehammer behind the head. Yeah. What a slap.
Hey, how was it?
Huh?
How was it?
That was good. It feels like I'm going to the Bahamas.
That run was a lot better than my first one of the day. This last pass, I'm hoping put me in a really good position. We don't know time, so we don't really know. But this one I'm pretty confident in. So far, so good.
So early in the run, you took off. It starts headed to the right a little bit.
Okay.
And then...
Frank just kind of refocused me for the vision because I was not focusing on at the end of my vision at the end of the track. I don't think I could have done much better. I mean, I didn't lift. I went through the finish line. I didn't lift just to make sure that I got every single second and miles an hour in there. So I'm happy with my pass. And now, let's see.
Just to add a little bit of pressure, they decide to reveal their times before Giddy's last pass.
Okay, so you guys want to see your pass?
Yes, please. 833 at 160.
That's your fastest pass?
I beat you. I got 8.214.
Son of a gun.
I didn't read it.
No, I'm telling you, that's a better car.
Hey, just so you guys know, 8.297.
8.297.
162.
Okay, let's do my last pass. Oh, yeah, man. I'm gonna get these suckers.
Holy fuck, he's fuming.
That's perfect. That's worth it. Oh!
On our way to victory. I can smell the beach. Let's get this done so I can start packing.
They don't need to find out the results to know that Giddy just did a perfect pass.
Of course, Giddy was the fastest. I was the middle time.
Son of a bitch. 81.8.
And Jaddy actually is bringing us to the Bahamas. What a day. What a freaking trip. Ah, what a trip. Huh?
That was a good trip.
Thanks, man.
Hey, what an awesome year, huh? Year. I fucking with them always.
Cut! Yes, you could definitely say that the guys have given us quite a thrill.
First in the 60s can never be beat.
Beautiful, baby! And, you know, Giddy, he'll have to pay up one day. He'll need to bring us somewhere.